What's up, everyone? This is Gail Dudley, and it is time for News in Motion. Let me know that you're out here. Come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. Just let me know that you're here. Be willing to put your name in there and say, "Hey, Gail, good morning." I like to know that you're here as well. I know some of you watch and you never click in, and that's okay. But I'm inviting you to come on in and hang out with us on today. So come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. And as you're coming in here, if you would click and share this, I would greatly appreciate it. So come on in the room. Y'all, this is season 5. I see you, Deborah Sneed. Good morning to you. Y'all, this is season 5. And our focus, I see you, Dr. Charles Ferguson. Good morning. I see you, Shirley Nicholson and Adrian. Our focus up until November the 8th is really centered around voting, advocacy. I'm going to be talking about today what's on the ballot. So if you want people to tune in, please do so. I see you, Jeffrey Allen James. Good morning to you, sir. I'm just so excited, y'all. I'm watching, if I can say it this way, I'm watching God unveil something on a larger scale. And it's exciting, but it can also be very a little how to say nerve wracking, if you will. He's just giving me pieces and parts, but I'm real excited about it. I see the Facebook user coming in here. I think that's Mike Nicholson. It's either Mike Nicholson or Nawana Turner. It's one of them. But good morning to you as well. Y'all, we have so much to be grateful for. We have so much to talk about. We have so much to celebrate. We have so much. And it's just exciting that for over 2 years, you have connected with me on this digital news platform to share headlines and to share voter education and information. So I'm just excited to be here. I see you, Shardinia. I'm just excited to be here. I was thinking the other day that it's been, again, over 2 years that this family has jailed. When I was in a discussion just yesterday, someone said, well, your live view numbers are not where we would really like them to be to become a regular. They said, but your replays are phenomenal. And I said, that's because people watch all around the world. So depending upon their time, their time zone, it depends on if they join us in the morning or not. I said, but let me share this with you. I said, we're real family. I said, it's almost like it's a classroom setting, and that's exciting for me. I see you, Deborah Johnson from Paris. See, she's in Paris. Yeah, y'all, she really is in Paris. So just excited to do life with you each morning. I see you, Dr. Antoinette. Some of you all have been talking about you came back full of color. Well, the team said, all right, Mama Gail, it's time for you to advance from wearing black all the time. See, black is one of my favorite colors. They said we can do pops of colors. And I said, okay, y'all challenging me. Boom, I'm bringing it. Pops of color. And actually, I actually like it. It actually feels kind of good. It kind of brightens the day. I see you, Lori Wallace. I see you, Latrice Jones. She says, we support News in Motion. I'm grateful that you all support News in Motion. So with that, y'all, we'll be right back. I also see Devontae Goins in here as well. Good morning to you. Y'all, he is the founder, the visionary, the brains behind Unbossed. So you want to check him out as well. So thank you. I see you, Judy Neal, popping up in here. I've been looking for you for 3 days. What's up, sister? How are you? And I see another Facebook user that says, what's up? I think that's Mike Nicholson because he gives us that what's up. I don't know why y'all coming up that way. I see you, Jeffrey Payne, on YouTube. So good morning to you. All right, y'all. We have a new segment today, which we'll get to in a few moments. But let's start off today with being Tuesday, September the 13th, in the news. What's in the news? Y'all, Twitter. Twitter shareholders are to vote today on a proposed 44 billion acquisition from Elon Musk. The trial regarding Musk's attempt to cancel the transaction is currently scheduled for October the 17th. I see you, Marion. What's up, Tracy Burrs? Y'all, CNBC News is reporting the social media giant, that is Twitter, said it intends to enforce the agreement and close the transaction on the price and terms agreed upon with Elon Musk initially. Now, according to the Securities and Exchange Commission, that's the SEC filing. So y'all, gotta be careful. I don't care how much money you have, you gotta be careful not to throw your weight around because they're coming for you, Elon. They're coming for you. I see you, Robert Holman. Good morning to you. I see you, Kim Edmondson. Y'all, so listen, Twitter shareholders, they're voting today on whether to approve or reject Elon Musk's takeover bid. Dude, all I can tell you do is start praying. That's happening today. Y'all, on Friday, this past Friday, Elon Musk's legal team sent another letter to Twitter. This is the third letter. Yep. They're giving it another reason to call off the proposed acquisition. They said that the team alleged that the millions of dollars that Twitter paid to their whistleblower violated the terms of the deal. He's looking for any way out. You're not getting out of this. You should have thought about that before you started throwing your money around. Y'all, in other news, Axios reports about 15,000 nurses in Minnesota launched a 3-day strike demanding safer working conditions, higher compensation, and better staffing retention. And I hope they get all of it. Yes, y'all, 15,000 nurses walked off the job in Minnesota. The nurses involved in the largest ever private sector nursing strike in the U.S. plan to stay out for 3 days to demand fixes for understaffing as well as higher pay. So that is happening. Y'all, this is now on a trend down. Yeah, y'all, people spend 17.6 million hours a day watching Instagram reels. Yeah, that's what I said, watching Instagram reels. Just a fraction from the 197.8 million hours users spend daily on TikTok. Can y'all imagine that? 197.8 million hours watching TikTok reels. According to the internal Meta document viewed by the Wall Street Journals. Now, while reels might seem inescapable when your feed, you're always coming across them. I know I stop, I laugh, I be cracking up, I send them. I'm guilty. That's me. Y'all, engagement, though, is trending downwards. Yeah, it has dropped 13.6% in August from the month before. This is the document that shows. Let's see. Someone says that's why I got a lot of reels. Listen, it's so much going on, and that must be Mike Nicholson. It's so much going on. But people are saying, is this how I want to spend my life or not? And that is happening. So those of us who are out here on social media, we may have to come up with other things to do. If y'all remember something, people said that email was over when we went to text messaging and social media. No, email is still trending as number one because it's more professional. Sometimes it can become very personal. Email is the way to go. So the email list, people were like, email lists were going to be gone. Email lists are still there. Yeah, you're right, Mike Nicholson. That's how you get paid. Now, I don't know if that's Mike Nicholson or Devontae, but one of them. Y'all gonna have to put y'all's initials in here, put your names on this Facebook user piece. What's up, Diane Ladybug? So good to see you pop in here. All right, y'all. I have to actually side with this young man today. Y'all, Kanye West is over corporate America, and I ain't mad at him. I'm not mad at him. Y'all, rapper and designer Kanye West says he's done with his corporate partners and plan to branch out solo. If you haven't been following the news, you know, he entered into an agreement with Adidas, just like Beyonce entered into an agreement with Adidas. Well, y'all know Yeezy has his own style of things. Well, Adidas copied his shoes. That's a no-no, and he went buck wild. Well, I was watching here we go. Social media. I was watching social media this past weekend, and I was seeing celebrities and everyday people just jumping on defending Kanye. I said, "What's this about?" I looked at it, I said, "I have to agree with them. I have to." Just because you're in partnership does not mean that you should copy. Just go with what you're doing. Now, I happen to have been in Atlanta Labor Day weekend, and the line at Lenox Square Mall to Adidas was out the door in the parking lot. I was like, what is going on? My daughter said, oh, Yeezy shoes drop. People are coming to pick them up, but you had to have won a ticket. I said, what do you mean win a ticket? So, I mean, it's just the way they do this now. You just can't go in and buy some shoes. You got to win a ticket. You got to put your name on the list. You got to stand in the line. You got to wait your turn. You get a time frame that you're supposed to show up. If you show up outside the time frame, you lose your space. I was like, is this for real? So y'all, this is happening, but I had to agree with him on that. So he said he's going to go out and do it alone. He said in the interview, it's fine, it's cool, it's over. He said, I made the company some money. He said, we created the idea and it will change apparel forever. He said he's sticking with the current contracts, but said that that's it. Once this contract is over, no more. He said, he's not going to keep doing it. He's just going to go out and do it on his own. On his own. Y'all, was doing some research looking at child hunger and things that are going on with that, and came across that child poverty in the US has decreased 59% from 1993 to 2019. A new analyst finds factors including higher employment rates and state level wages are the factor here. Good morning, Patricia Laus. That's my sister, y'all, my real sister for real. Y'all, the Hill report that the U.S. has made significant strides in reducing child poverty over the past quarter century, with this new analysis finding a multitude of economic factors have benefited families and lifted children across demographics out of poverty. Now, with that, though, the demographics disparities with researchers finding that the share of children who are Hispanic or who have lived in immigrant families grew between that time frame of 1993 and 2019. That shift was associated with increases in child poverty rates, with researchers explaining that's likely reflective of Hispanic and immigrant parents who face discrimination in the labor market and restrict access to social safety net, both of which limit efforts to reduce child poverty. Good morning, Karen. So y'all, this is something I want us to start looking at, because as you remember, there are 13 million children who are dealing with food insecurity, and then connecting those dots, that food insecurity, now that school is back, interferes with child comprehension in the classroom when they go to the classroom hungry. So there's an educational piece that's connected to that with child hunger, and then there's child poverty. Now, Black children experience decreases in child poverty, but researchers noted that the shift contribution to the overall national decline was extremely small. It was less than 1%. So although they're using these numbers to make it sound like, hey, there's a drop in child poverty, we have to then look at the disparities and look at the different communities, just such as the Hispanic community and the Black community, among others. Now, today we start our new segment. Let me see what you're saying. Lori Wallace says child poverty in general is so sad. We as people can waste so much food overall. We should be able to decrease that even more. I absolutely agree with you. Thank you for posting that in there. So y'all, our new segment it's on the ballot as we're leading up. So every Tuesday, I will be talking about it's on the ballot as we are leading up to the November the 8th elections. Now, y'all, this is from CNN, Katie Labosco. President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law is rebuilding America's crumbling infrastructure. So this is on the ballot, y'all. Good morning, Mary Jenkins. Y'all, the federal dollars are funding much needed projects throughout America, including number one, modernizing Boston Logan International Airport Terminal E. Number two, constructing an additional berth in Florida's Port Tampa Bay to strengthen American supply chains and lower the costs. That helps out with businesses. So we're connecting the dots here as well. Y'all, when it lowers the cost, that helps out with businesses. Those of us who still have small businesses and we're trying to get supplies over, it lowers that cost by connecting that bridge. That's infrastructure and that is needed. So when you're going into the polls, whether you're early voting or voting on November the 8th, make sure you're understanding what these issues are, these taxes are, the lawmakers, the candidates, how they will vote, how will they continue this particular project that has been approved and voted on, and where we go from there. All of this is on the ballot. Y'all, we got to stop separating and say, I just want to focus on personality. We have to look at what's actually on the ballot. Number 3, building the bridge to provide safe access and connect pedestrians and cyclists to job centers in Phoenix. So you may say that has nothing to do with me. Well, maybe it does have something to do with you. Again, we got to connect these dots, y'all. This is on the ballot. When you're talking about building a bridge to provide safe access and connect pedestrian and cyclists to job centers, you want the people to get to the job centers. Hello, somebody. So they're trying to make a connection. You also have to look at the infrastructure in Phoenix to get a better understanding of what's really going on. Again, y'all, when you set a precedence, when you put something out there, that means that type of thing could easily come to your neck of the woods. So don't forget that. Number 4, inducing a new snow melting system in Berlin, New Hampshire, to reduce car crashes and improve safe access to the downtown for residents and visitors. You may say, oh, that has nothing to do with me. Well, yeah, If they introduce a new snow melting system in Berlin, New Hampshire, and it will reduce car crashes and improve safe access to the downtown for residents and visitors. Imagine if all of us, if every city and state can get this new snow melting system. Say that real fast, okay? So y'all, those are the 4 things when it comes to the infrastructure bill. Y'all, the Biden-Harris administration implementation of this bipartisan infrastructure law is making great strides to build a better America. All right, y'all, democracy is on the ballot. What's up, Tracy? Y'all, democracy is on the ballot. Everybody say with me, I don't care where you are, driving in your car. Hello to all the audio listeners. Keep your eyes on the road, but everyone say it with me. Democracy is on the ballot. Y'all, New York Times report Justice Department officially have seized the phones of 2 top advisors to the former guy and blanketed his aides with about 40 subpoenas in a substantial escalation of the investigation into his efforts to subvert the 2020 election. People familiar with the inquiry said on Monday. All right, y'all. So 40. So that's happening. The January 6th committee is about to come back into session. So democracy is on the ballot. Who else is on the ballot? What's up, Dr. Annette? Jobs are on the ballot. I just told you about 15,000 nurses that went on strike in Minnesota. Y'all, Bloomberg is reporting that Goldman Sachs is embarking on the biggest round of jobs cuts since the start of the pandemic, with plans to cut several hundred jobs starting this month. So we have this inflation that's somewhat coming down, but now people are losing jobs. People are demanding, even in Ohio, right here in Columbus, Ohio, the teachers before the start of the school year went on strike with demands. Y'all, people are demanding things to happen. So jobs are on the ballot. And when I talk about jobs, I'm also talking about careers. I'm talking about small businesses. I'm talking about entrepreneurs. I'm talking about side hustles. Y'all, it's on the line, because here's what happens. If people with products cannot sell their products because people with jobs are either losing money or not getting the pay that is due to them, it's going to create a let's see, what I'm going to say, catastrophe. Can I go that far? Because you won't be able to get paid for the products. You won't be able to have the money to do other things you need to do. Good morning, Cherie. Kim Edmondson says job and economy are on the ballot. They are on the ballot. All right, y'all. The next one, life is on the ballot. So every Tuesday, I'm giving you things that are on the ballot for November the 8th. Life is on the ballot. Somebody say that. Life is on the ballot. Now, what I'm about to read here has nothing to do with what the Supreme Court's going to do with their decisions in October. And y'all, that's just a couple of weeks away. Life is on the ballot. Okay. Y'all, Montana adopts rule barring trans people from changing sex on birth certificates. Montana's health department has made a permanent policy change that prohibits transgender residents from changing the sex on their birth certificate, even if they undergo gender affirming surgery. And that's coming out of HuffPost. Y'all, if y'all hear me, and someone said yesterday, it's like, they said, your jaw looks big. This side of my jaw is big. There are 25 stitches on this side. It all happened on Thursday. So it's interesting. I'm still trying to get words out, but that every now and then, if that tongue hits up there, it's like, oh, that stings, that hurts. So I'm going through the healing process. So if I'm stumbling around, I'm working with 25 stitches on the side of my mouth. All right, y'all. Next one, healthcare is on the ballot. Somebody say that. Healthcare is on the ballot. Healthcare is on the ballot. Thank you for the prayers. Healthcare is on the ballot. Yesterday, I talked about the COVID booster shot. I hope Isaiah can put that image back up there as well. Y'all, the pandemic is still here. I don't know why people think it's over. The new vaccine invading strains may yet appear. Boosters are now available. Everyone aged 12 and older should get an updated booster if you've already received the initial vaccines. Now it's up to you. You do what you want to do. I'm in it now. Remember, I was one who was a naysayer for the longest. I'm in it now. I'm going to keep it going. So they say if they have completed their primary series, they can get it. If it has been at least 2 months since their final primary dose or last booster, they can get it. If you want more information, you can go to cdc.gov/coronavirus. Y'all, healthcare is on the ballot. Why am I saying that? You're probably asking me, why is she saying healthcare is on the ballot? Thank you, Isaiah. I'm saying that because, as you know, September the 2nd was the last day you could get free tests, free home self-tests. Yeah, that was it from the government. That was it. That was it. I used my parents' address to get the last one. I don't know if my other siblings tried it or not, but I got in first because it went through. So anyway, it's on the ballot. It is on the ballot. And they're saying no more free tests. And they're thinking that even vaccinations may start charging because insurance, healthcare is on the ballot. So, y'all, we want to still get this free access, especially since we're still in a pandemic. It should be free. So, y'all, this is on the ballot. It's on the ballot, y'all. So, I want y'all just to think about beyond, yes, your local community is important. Beyond your local community, these midterm elections are dealing with a whole lot more than your local community. So you have to ask yourself, what's really on the ballot and what does this really say and how does this actually speak to me? Thank y'all for praying for me. Thank y'all. I really appreciate it. It says, nah, Gail has some mimosa and trying to trick us. No, I have not had a mimosa. I can't take the mimosa because I have, medicine to take too. But I haven't had a mimosa in a long time. And that's the truth. Those tests don't pick up the new strains. I have a frat brother that did 3, came out negative, went to the hospital and it was positive. Yeah, so you have to really weigh them. But even going to the hospital or to your doctor to get a test, they're now talking about going through your insurance and you only pay a copay or you pay the balance or you have to meet the deductible. So y'all have to look into all of this. You have to look. When you said frat brother, I knew it was you, Mike. When you have to look into all of this, y'all. We have to. If there's nothing more that I communicate here on News in Motion, I want you to look beyond what you see. Look under the surface. What's down there that's really happening? Because later, after the vote goes through and people are in their seats, and you say, "Well, I thought no, you should have read the rest of it." That's why I always say to you here, don't just take my word for it. Go and do your own research. serious. I was in a conversation yesterday with a neighbor of mine, and we were just discussing, news and politics. And she was saying, "Oh my gosh, I cannot watch the news. I just can't do it." I said, "That's the most dangerous thing." I said, find yourself a trusted news person that you can follow. You may not want to watch it 24/7. You may only want to get 5 minutes of it. But I said, it's very dangerous not to pay attention to the news. You need to know what's going on. And don't just take somebody else's word for it. Research it for yourself. I said, go and find you a few news sources: NPR, BBC, the New York Times, the Washington Post, even Fox News, whatever it is. Find those things and say, I'm going to spend 4 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, reading through my timeline to see what's really happening out there. So yeah. So y'all, those things are what we call on our Tuesday segment now, on the ballot. It's on the ballot. All right, y'all, this is also on the ballot, and I'm going into the inspirational message as well. On the ballot, is what I call taking back territory, if I can say it that way. As you know, the U.S. has made the decision to give Ukraine more money. I'm talking trillions of dollars, a lot of money. And we still arguing over $10,000 for student loans, or $20,000 if you had a Pell Grant. Are you kidding me? But yet, as President Joe Biden has called out people who took out PPP loans out of Congress, and those were forgiven. But here we have, and I thought this was so interesting when I was reading this story yesterday evening. This press release came into me, and it says Ukraine is taking back territory. And I thought, wow, that can preach, that can teach, that can do a whole lot of things. I said, that's going to be my inspirational message: taking back territory. So y'all, Ukraine is taking back territory like we should be taking back everything that the devil ever stole from us. We should be taking that back. We go around talking about, I declare and I decree. Well, do you really mean it? Do you really mean it? Or are we acting like wimps when it really comes to taking back territory? Yeah, I just want y'all to think about Ukraine. I want you to think about President Zelensky. Y'all know he was an actor, okay? And he decided to run for president, and he won. Y'all, he did not lead them. He is suited up. He's walking around in his fatigues. He has his armor on. He has his machine gun. Y'all, they thought that they would fall quickly when Russia came in to invade their territory and started this war. They still standing. They are still standing. Y'all, Ukrainian troops have taken almost 3,400 square miles of land back. They took their territory back. Now, y'all, the New York Times report that this area equals to about half the size of New York metropolitan area. Y'all, these are teachers who decided, I'm not getting on the train to leave. I'm going to stay here and fight. They had never fired a weapon before in their life. Children, I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to stay up here and stand in line with and stand beside my parents or my teachers. They are taking back territory. They are putting their flags everywhere. They are taking back territory, y'all. Y'all, the Kharkiv operation surprised the Russian military forces while they were forced on other regions, and was giving Ukraine its clearest victory since Russia's retreat from Kyiv. Now, y'all, I don't know about you, but when I read this story, I am reminded that you are not going to have to fight this battle. Y'all, that's 2 Chronicles 20:17. It says you will not have to fight this battle. Take up your positions, stand firm, and see the deliverance of the Lord will give you, Judah and Jerusalem. Do not be afraid. Zelensky is not afraid at all. Neither are his people. Do not be discouraged. They are not discouraged. And they've lost thousands of people in this war. They've lost buildings. They've lost money. They've lost a lot. But y'all, they're not afraid, and they have encouragement. They encourage themselves. So it says, do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Go out and face them tomorrow, and the Lord will be with you. And I want to say this to all of us, all of you who are tuning in. This is also encouraging me. Listen, it's time for us to take back territory. It's time for us to stop being wimps about it and go get it. Go get what the enemy has tried to steal from you. He hasn't completely stolen it yet. He's just holding it. All we got to do is go take it back. Go take back your power. Go take back your encouragement. Go take back your motivation. Go take back your wealth, your knowledge, your education. Go take back your joy. It's all for you. It's all for me. It's for us. Go take back. It's time to reclaim the territory that the enemy has taken just for a small season. It's time for us to rise up, not be afraid, and not be discouraged, but go get what belongs to us. All right, y'all. This has been News in Motion. I am your host, Gail Dudley. It has been a joy. I hope you enjoyed our new segment of It's on the Ballot. I hope you've enjoyed the news today. Just a little something to give you enough to go research on your own to make a difference in your life and the life of someone else. If you are not a registered voter, it is not too late, but the window is closing in on being able to register to vote in this November the 8th election. You can go to www.vote.us, and register. You can also check your voter registration. Let's say you are already a registered voter, but you just want to check your voter registration, make sure everything is in line. Check your voter ID, your birthday, your address, and so forth. You can go to www.iwillvote.com. www.iwillvote.com and check that out. You can also register at that link as well. I just try to mix them up here so that I'm not being partisan one side or the other, but I'm giving you multiple choices to look at them. Yes, go ahead and put that one back up there. Isaiah, y'all, election protection as you get ready to go into early voting, which will be coming upon you. You want to write down this number if you have any discrepancies or you have any challenges once you get to the polls. The election protection is 1-866-R-VOTE. 1-866-R-VOTE. Please put that in your smartphone. I think we have another phone number for you as well. Yes, voting rights hotline. Please put this in your smartphone as well. 1-800-253-3931. Again, 1-800-253-3931. One last point of information I want to give you. They, meaning the United States of America, there's a great need for election poll workers. News in Motion is in partnership with Power the Polls. We have our distinctive link, and we will put that up as well. You want to go to https://powerthepolls.org/news in motion. News in Motion is now a partner with Power the Polls. So listen, there are way too many poll workers who are needed. If not, y'all know they will close polling locations, and we do not want that to happen. This is the, I believe, final week that you can register and sign up to be able to go through the necessary training. There are stipends that are given. We want to tell you it's an extremely long day, but it is worth it. It's our civic duty, as the Queen would have said, if she was still alive today, her duty. So I'm still trying to get, the voice out, but whatever. But y'all want to do that. Make sure you become a poll worker if you have that day available. I think that's all I have, y'all. So again, thank you for tuning in today. Be sure to join us right here tomorrow at 7:25 a.m. Share this link with someone else. If you said, hi, there was some information there I know some people would need and they can use to move on about their day and to become educated voters. When I say that, I don't mean that take that lightly, and I'm not doing that in an offensive way. I'm saying we all need to become educated voters. We have to look underneath what's really there. All right, y'all. Y'all know what I say. Stay well. And remember, make some bold moves. I'm out.